Hello, and welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome for the first time. This is Untwist Your Stitches, and I'm Rose. This is my cross-stitch channel and other crafting endeavors that I do and share with you monthly so that you can see what I'm up to and maybe get inspired by something that I've done. This month, I only have cross stitch. I have FFOs, which are fully finished objects. I have FOs, or as I call them, FPs, finished projects. I have staff. That's my acronym for start and fully finish. I have some whips, works in progress. I have some purchases, which I call postal prizes, because most of the stuff that I get in rural Idaho is shipped to me through the mail, UPS, or FedEx. So that's why I call them that. And I have prizes to give away. I did my random picker on YouTube and went through the comments, and I have the names of the people that won the prizes for me reaching 500 subscribers. So let's get started. The first thing, before I go too far, I want to thank everyone that comes to my channel and spends time with me and listens to me ramble on about my crafting, because I know there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of floss tubes out there that you could choose over mine. And for you to come back or to just peek in once in a while, I am very appreciative of the time you spend with me. So the first thing I'm going to show you is my one-of-a-kind Floss Club flosses that came this month. It is Roxy Floss Co. and Evertote is the company that does the club. This month, they call it the March group. This time, we have peaches and pinks. And then once again, we have the sparkle, or the speckled, not sparkle, speckled. So this first one here is called Fairy Floss. And then we have Peaches and Cream. And then we have Nectar. Oops. Let's get that up there where you can see it. This one is called Persimmon. This one is Dragon Fruit. This is Raspberry Sorbet. Oops. And then this final one is called Snow Cone. And look at the color, the speckles in there. Oh, I love it. I love it. And you'll notice that a few of these have some flosses up at the top. I'm already using this group of floss, or some of this group of floss, in one of my projects. And it's a whip that I'll be showing you later on. So I couldn't wait. Those flosses just are so gorgeous. And Roxy Floss Co. they're great to work with, and they're beautiful, beautiful colors. So that is my club what would I call it? My club floss for the month. I don't know. You know, I've heard other floss tubers say as soon as you get in front of the camera, your brain just goes bonkers and you can't think of anything. And it is 100% true. Your brain just is like, I don't know what you're saying. You're just talking. I can't keep up. So then let's go on to my FFOs, fully finished objects. You've seen this a couple times. It is, whoops, excuse me. It is my Patriotic Snowman. And here's I put a couple of little stars up here in the corner just to give it a little bit of embellishment. And then on the back, I did this fabric. It's a Patriotic fabric that I have in my stash that's behind me. But he came out so sweet. And he sits on the shelf with all my other Patriotic pieces in the living room. And I can't read. I thought I was prepared for this, but obviously I'm not. I will put the information about the designer and the pattern on the screen so that you can see that. The next thing I have, and I only can show you a picture of it because I've already sent it off to the ATC exchange with Laura from Stitching by the Shore. Is that her name? Let me check. I've got it written down here somewhere. Or maybe I don't. Of course I don't. I thought I did. I thought I had it written down. Oh, I do. Yeah, Laura from Stitching by the Shore. It was done on a 18 count Aida, and it is a billy goat. And the reason and the theme for this ATC swap is where you live. And she said, be creative, you know, don't just say, you know, don't just do a picture of a house or whatever. Do something that really relates to where you individually live. So the reason I did the billy goat is my street address here is Billy Goat Lane. So I thought that was appropriate for the exchange. And I've already shipped it to Laura, and I think she's going to be doing the exchange in the middle of March is what I think she said on her latest video. So then the next thing I have to show you is my April Snowman by Zeigert. Sorry. This is a 14 count plaid Charles Craft square, and those were the suggested DMC for the pattern. And then I've made it into, as I have my other snowman, I've made it into a envelope pillow finish. The Easter eggs on the back, and this really fun bright trim around the outside edge. And in April, this will come out and sit in my living room as part of my decorations. And he's so cute. I just love him. He's so bright and cheerful and just fun to have. Now, the next thing I have are my, and those weren't just fully finishes. The Billy Goat and the April Snowman, those are part of my staff. I started and fully finished them in the month since you've seen me. Another staff are my flowers for my perpetual calendar. This is from Paisley and Polka Dots. And I chose to do flowers for my decoration in here. And they've got magnet or washers on the back so that they attach to the magnets in here. And these are Chrysanthemum flower by Maurer-Stroh. It's on 14 count fabric that was hand dyed by me. And the suggested DMC. And this is not March's flower, but for me, it said March. So I used it for March. Most of the flowers are not the ones that she did for each one of the months. It's just how I chose to interpret what month they went with. Now this one will be for April. And this is the Aster. Again, the same designer, Maurer-Stroh. This is on 14 count green with the suggested DMC. So yeah, I now have 3 of my flowers ready to display, and I will be doing the other months as it goes along. And they're so quick. I can do them in 2 to 3 days. So it takes me no time at all to get them finished. And what I've done, this is a wooden frame that I found on Amazon. And it's about an inch. It's about an inch thick. So it brings the picture out a little bit on the calendar box, and it just makes it stand out a little bit. And I just staple them onto the board and put the magnets on. It's not like when they're in the calendar that you need to worry about seeing those staples. And so that's just how I've chosen to do them. The next thing I have to show you is my sheep virtues. This is the, what do you call it? Little House Needleworks sheep. Wow, there goes my talking again. Little House Needlework sheep virtues series. But I'm not just doing the virtues. There's a couple of others included in that. And for this month, I finished Friendship. Now this one is not part of the sheep virtues, but it has the sheep, and I thought it was really cute to add as part of this series. And it is from, again, Little House Needlework, the Farmhouse Christmas, and I believe this one was number 9. It's called Black Sheep. And then the third one that I did in the week that I worked on this was Love. So this so far is the banner that I am doing for this. The next time it comes out, I will be doing Hope, Kindness, and then I'm not sure what the third one will be. I know I've got it written down in my notes as to which one it's going to be, but I can't remember right off the top of my head. So when it comes out again, I'll be letting you know. But again, those are really quick to stitch up as well, because I did 3 in a 1-week period. And they're so sweet. I love them. I just love them. And there's not a lot of color changes to them. You know, maybe 10 colors per square, or at the most I would say 15, but usually it's not a lot of color changes, so they stitch up really quick and they're really fun to do. Now, I haven't shown you my project bags for a while, so with all my new subscribers, I thought I'd show you. This one is what I keep my sheep virtues in, and this was a pattern that I had made several years ago and then turned it into this bag. So that's one of my previous finishes. And that's what Sheep Virtues goes in. The next whip was my Christmas Cottage. Heaven and Earth Designs did the pattern, and it is artwork by Dona Gelsinger. It is on 16 count light dove gray Aida with the suggested DMC. And in the week that I worked on this, I finished one page and got a portion of the next page going. So as of right now, I have done 40 pages, and this pattern has 64 pages in total. So, yeah, I still have a long way to go. But I'm in the area, oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm in the area where there's not as much confetti stitching, so it's going a lot quicker. So I'm hopeful that these pages will work up a lot quicker, and I can get, you know, I don't know, at least 8 pages done this year. I'm not saying that's what I'll do, but that is my hope. So here is my Christmas Cottage, and the area that I worked on, I'll post a picture of where I was when I started, but it was this edge right here that I worked on, and then this is the 41st page, and this is yeah, this is the bottom of that page. So that's how long that page will go. But I'm super, super happy with how quickly I'm getting through these pages in this section, and with you know, just not having as much confetti. So that project, that project is in this bag, and this was fabric that I found this summer, and I am a huge fan of the Little House on the Prairie books. It was the first books that really got my attention and got me really reading a lot when I was younger. I had an aunt that was a teacher, and she gave me the series so that I would read more. And it just really grabbed me. The way that she wrote and the way that the books were, that it just got me reading. So those are my whips. Now I have a couple of new starts. For those of you that have been following me, when I did my January blessing sampler, I also bought several more of the Sugar Stitches patterns. And what I'm doing for this one is I am combining, because I want to do February as the sampler for 2026. but I'm not going to put February in. It's going to be very similar to my January sampler. I'll cut this top part off. I'll bring the lace down, and we'll just use this bottom section for 2026. Well, I wanted to have a February, one of these as February. So when I was buying them, I found this cherry pattern, and I thought, oh, they're the same size, and I can do this and combine the two. So the majority of it, I'm using the cherry design. What I'm going to do is up here where it says cherry, I'm going to change that, and I'm going to put February in. Then on one side here, I'll do the cherries, but on the other side over here, I'm going to put these roses in. These right here. Then I am not a fan of cheesecake, so I am not going to put the cheesecake on. What I want to do is I want to add love, amour, or these hearts here. I'm not sure which one. I'm going to have to wait until I get down there to fully decide which ones of those I'm going to do. But I'm going to put those in place of the cherries. And I just think the two of them will look great together. Now, I told you that I was using my Roxy Floss in a project, and this is the project that I'm using it in. This is going to be the border. This one is going to be what February is stitched in. This one will be where, instead of having the, this one will be the cake. Where's my, so where it's white here on the cake, that's what I'll use this one for. And it's not a true white. It's got a pink tinge to it. So I think that'll be great. And then these two, I think it's these two. Anyway, these two will also be used with some of the colors. So that's what I'm doing with that. And I got a good start on it. And this is how far I got. Now, I was afraid of this because when I took the picture of it, when I had finished for the week that I was working on this, actually it wasn't a full week, it was just a few days. I don't remember what, I had finished something else and I pulled this out to get a start on it. But this here is my snow cone color. And in real life, it really stands out. It's just not photographing well, but it is awesome. And then this, the persimmon is what I'm using here on the border and the February. So, yeah. That's where I'm at so far. And it is housed in my Mad for Plaid It's So Emma bag that I did. And I had this pattern that I wanted to use and it fit on the bag. So this is the one that is in. And I think it looks great. It will be perfect together, all the pinks. And another one that I just started is for my son and his wife. It is Long Dog Sampler, Happy Ever After. I thought it was family for some reason. Excuse me. Happy Ever After. And the colors that I am going to be using, the main design, all the motifs around the outside are going to be done in this blue. It is Classic Colorworks Blue Beatrice. All of the letters, love, roots, life, family, will be done in the purple. It is a Weeks Dye Works Ultra Violet. And then the final color, which will be the boxes around each of the letters, is going to be done in DMC 792, I believe it is. Yes, 792. And I think it's a good contrast between the two colors. It's got kind of a purple hue to it, but it is a blue. And I just think it really complements the two of those. So this is how much I've got done so far this week. I'll continue to work on it for the rest of this week. And so far, all I've used is the Blue Beatrice, but I really like how it's stitching up. It's what I wanted it to look like. The fabric is Picture This Plus Ancient, 16 count. And that's what I've got so far. And that will be housed in my Remember Me project bag. This was a project I did this year, or last year, 2024. And when I was stitching it, I knew exactly what I wanted to make it into, and that was another project bag for my stitching. So those are all of my whips, finishes, and new starts. So the next thing we're going to go into, if you can give me just 1 second to get things sorted, and I'll be back with my purchases for the month. I got myself rearranged and I'm ready to continue. Each one of my projects has its own scissors, its own needles, its own needle minder, and its own hoop or Q-snap, whichever I'm using for that particular project. And I figured out that not all of my scissors had their own scissor fob. So I decided to look around and have a gander at what was available. And I've got some new scissor fobs. This one was, I found a kit of beads on Amazon, and it came with all of these. It came with the twine, the hats, the ribbon, and all that. So I made myself another snowman scissor fob. Anyway, it was a keychain, but it's these 3 little frogs, and I just thought they were super cute. And of course, we all know in cross stitching and embroidery, frogging is a deal. I have this pair of scissors, the squirrel scissors. Well, I didn't have a squirrel scissor fob, so I made one. I found this Chip and Dale charm on Amazon, and also the acorn charm was something I had in my stash. So I made my squirrel scissors a squirrel scissor fob. And when I was looking for the squirrel scissor fob, you know how Amazon does, it pops up all these other kind of sort of related things. Well, it popped up with this adorable zippered pouch with the squirrel picture on it. And I couldn't resist. I just thought that was so sweet. So my squirrel scissors and my squirrel bag, and I've got a squirrel needle minder that will be all together to go into whatever project I decide it's going to go into. Now, I wasn't going to buy any more patterns, but this one came up in, I don't remember, I was watching some Flosstube, and this one came up, and I love Jan Hicks, the way she did this pattern. It is so, so awesome. I love winter. Winter is my favorite time of the year. Well, I decided that I needed to kit it up. So I got the floss to go with it. And it's not all of the exact called for, because when it came in, some of the colors didn't really work together. So this is what my version is going to be. We have Gentle Arts Brown Bear. We have Gentle Arts Shaker White. We have Gentle Arts Huckleberry. Gentle Arts Morning Glory. Gentle Arts Jasmine. And Gentle Arts Summer Showers. Now, I'm not sure. This is a 16 count. I believe it's a 16 count. Might be a 14 count. Quaker cloth, Charles Craft Quaker cloth, Ada. And I'm not sure if this will show up enough. So if it doesn't, I will change it out with Classic Colorworks Old Oak Tree. So when I get started with the stitching of this, then I will decide if it needs to be changed. I really hope that the white will stand out enough for it to stay in the group, but we'll just have to wait and see. And because I was ordering thread and it was February, I got Gentle Arts Victorian Pink, Gentle Arts Poppy, and Gentle Arts Sweet Petunia. And I have quite a few Valentine designs that I would like to stitch up to put more Valentine decorations out. So these will have plenty of chances to be used in the coming new starts. All right, so we've gotten quite far, and it seems to be moving along in a pretty quick pace. I have a section that I call name dropping, and that is people that I like to mention as other options for watching Flosstube. Now, these are new to me. They may not be new to everyone, but they're new to me. The first one is the Blue Wagon Stitcher. Her name is Melissa, and so as far as I know, I didn't check before I started filming, but she has 3 videos out. One of them is a whip parade. That is her first one. Then there's a finish parade. And then there's just her showing some of her current stitching. So she is someone that you might be interested in looking up and having, because she is pretty new. Of course, we have Floss Paper Scissors. It's mom and daughter, Catherine and Julie, and they have 7 videos up and 2 tutorials. And Julie does such a fabulous job of finishing in different and unique ways. And she does ruching, and she does, she finds these knobs that she puts on top of these blocks that she's put the stitching on. She just does a phenomenal job of finishing, and I would highly recommend them. And they're hilarious. They've got such a cool dynamic. Handwork Maniac. Now, she's not new. She's been around for quite a while. I don't know why I hadn't been watching her all along. I guess she just never came up in my algorithm for some reason. Her name is Brenda, and she has 143 videos out there. And the most recent one, she had her brother on who had finished a cross-stitch project. And it was really cool to listen to the two of them and to have, her brother explain why he did this cross-stitch. I believe he did the pattern, he did the stitching, he did the whole thing. And it's really very cool. So go and give them a look. And the last one that I have to suggest for you is Tammy Clevenger. She is Leopard and Lace Co. XOXO. She has 15 videos out there. Oh, I'm sorry. That is not the last one I have to suggest for you. There's one more on the next page. Anyway, Tammy is from Texas. She also does a lot of finishing. And she does some pretty unique stuff. So she's got both her own stitching and some of her finishing that she'll show to you if you go over and give her channel a look. And the last one that I have is Your Average Stitcher, and her name is Kristen. She has 28 videos out, and they're usually pretty quick, around a half hour. So, you could do, while you're getting ready for the day, before you go to work, you could pop her in and give her a listen. She's got some pretty unique projects that she's working on. So those are my suggestions for other floss tubers. And I will put those in the description so that they're easy to find for you. And the very last thing I have to do is to share or to announce the winners of last month's drawings. I hit 500 subscribers, which was really awesome for me. And I gave away 5 different items. So the first one is this book. And the winner, the keyword was book. Excuse me, I'm sorry. The winner is Cheryl 823 36. So if Cheryl, this is you, my email will be in the description. Pop me an email and I'll get this in the mail for you. And congratulations. And thank you for coming and watching me. I really, as I said at the beginning of the video, I really appreciate your time. The next one I have is, the keyword was rules. It is this Lizzie Kate. It's called Dear Santa, I've Been Good. And this one is Our House. Now I've kitted up the Dear Santa because I had the floss and the fabric to go with it. And there's also the little buttons that were part of the pattern. So the winner of the Lizzie Kate is Southern Louisiana Stitcher. So if this is you, Southern Louisiana Stitcher, again, give me a quick email with your mailing address and I'll get this out to you. Congratulations. Then we had Nora Corbett, and Nora Corbett comes with this little, what do they call them? Oh, I've just completely blanked. Anyway, this comes with the Nora Corbett pattern. And the winner of this is Chantel Claire 2048. You are the winner of Nora Corbett. So give me a message and congratulations. The fourth one, the keyword for this was Valentine. It is a fully kitted. And I am going to absolutely destroy the name, but it will be in the descriptions, as will all the rest of them. Stick Doreen. I hope that's something close to what your username is here on YouTube. But you are the winner of the Valentine quilted lace pattern and all of the kitted floss. So congratulations. Give me a quick email and I'll get that out to you. And finally, the last thing is the 3 JBW designs that I fully kitted up for you. There's 3 of them. It's got floss, it's got fabric, it's got a hoop to go with it. The keyword was kits, and the winner is C Cockrum 59. So if that's you, please send me a message and I will get those mailed out to everybody who is a winner. Congratulations, everyone. I really hope you enjoy the patterns and the time that you get to work with them. And for the book, I hope it's a good information guide for the person that won that, Cheryl. To try something that I've never done before. I do have an Etsy shop. What I'm going to do is, I was watching several Flosstubes and they were talking about, they were working on the patterns and using the fabric and floss that was given to them in one of the Christmas advent calendar boxes. And I thought, why don't we do one for July? Christmas in July, or a July adventure advent box. So what I've done is I've looked around and I've thought of the different things that I personally use or have in my stitching to-go bag when I'm going to retreats. These are different things that, tools, other things that I find as accessories for stitching. Some of it is trim, some of it is finishing fabric, some things would be anything you can think of. And I've put them together. I've come up with 31 different items, and I'm going to put them together. Now, some of the things are just things that I have found and bought, and others are going to be things that I personally will make. I do a lot of sewing, and I enjoy the heck out of it. So I'm going to put together, I believe, 10 of the items. 10 of them? Maybe not that much. Maybe only 8. I forgot to count. I should have counted. Anyway, these are things that I am putting together to have a Christmas in July stitching adventure box. And there are going to be 25 of them. I don't know if people will want to buy these or have any interest in them, but I think they're going to be really fun. And it's just different things that I've gathered together to put together. The end of March, I am going to put a listing up on my Etsy shop. So if you want to, they're all going to be surprises. I'm not going to tell you what's in the box. I want it to be a surprise. And then in July, for each day, I'll do a small video. I will open up the each one of the different little items that I've put in this box and explain why it is part of this stitching adventure advent box. So if you're interested in that, I'm doing a total of 25 because I'm not sure if people are going to be interested in this. I hope they are. It's going to be super fun. There will be a pattern. There will be something to make it with. You know, I don't want to get too detailed. Like I said, I want it to be a surprise. It will not be Christmas related. So if you're worried about the fact that, well, I don't celebrate Christmas, even though I'm calling it Christmas in July, it is not Christmas related. So don't worry about that. It has nothing to do with the Christmas holiday. It just has to do with having fun and having something to open each day in July. So there'll be 31 items that I'm putting together in this box, and I'll put some more information out at the end of March on my Etsy shop. So if you're interested in that, if this sounds like it's something fun, or if you know somebody that enjoys doing this kind of thing, let them know. And my Etsy shop is tagged in the descriptions at the bottom of this video. So I've rambled on enough, and I hope you enjoyed what I've shown you, and I hope there's something that you see that will inspire you with your stitching, or with something to make, or go and check out the patterns. But regardless of all that, thank you for joining me. Have a great day. Have some great stitching, and I will see you in April. Bye.